deep dive into all things video content marketing, where we take a bit of time to have a chat about really all sorts of different aspects of kind of video marketing, be it sort of to do with strategy, be it to do with story, the kind of mindset of content creation, or simply looking at the tech and the skills. But I've been doing this now for around, gosh, it's about 18, 20 months. And I had a break after the launch, and I'm feeling renewed and invigorated. So here we are. What is what is this nonsense? Well, in the past, it's all been about video, and it's about getting together each week and taking a deep dive into this subject, along with a refreshing cocktail mixed from this book, 100 Cocktails by Bernard. Hey Vicky, how you doing? And it's going to be, it's back to the same old. It's going to be good. So like I say, it's been a while, and I'm feeling rejuvenated and refreshed. But the cocktail this week, we are going to go for a Martinez. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Vicky. So we're going back to the source, Bernard's 100 Cocktails, and we're going for the Martinez, which is an absolute classic cocktail. And it says this: so half that measure of Italian vermouth. Hello, Scott. How you doing? A measure of Italian vermouth, a measure of gin, dash of Angostura bitters, dash of lemon peel juice, a cherry, and shaken over a tumbler full of broken ice. So the Martinez is where we're at today. I've just realised I've left my Angostura bitters in the cupboard. I'm going to have a look. Oh dear. Phew. That would have been a tragedy. So we're going to make the cocktail now. So like I say, we've got some ice. How's everybody been doing? It feels like I do feel like I've been away for a very long time. What's new? Tell me how things are going on. So we're going to put a measure of Plymouth gin. So going local, buy local. So a measure of gin. We're going to have a measure of Italian vermouth, so a sweet vermouth. I think I might mix up a new batch of my own, actually, because it was a particularly good mix. So I was supposed to be in Croatia this week on my Destination Inspiration Mastermind. Hello, mysterious Facebook user. Who is this? I'm going to bring this over here and see who the mysterious Facebook user is. I don't know who this is. Oh, it's Tracy. Oh, that's odd. You must be watching. You must be commenting in different ways. Yeah, well, look, Tracy, that's great. Trying to get back into video making. Hello, Pixie. Hello. How are you? Welcome back. So, yes, I'll put those both in there. Let me give this a shake. There we go. There she is. Nice Pixie. So I have to ask: did you ever sort out your your camera issue? Was that because I can't remember where we left that? So I'm just going to strain this into. I'm hoping Mike Boss turns up. been a long time. And we're going to have a dash of Angostura bitters. Ooh, it's gone on my keyboard. Shake and bake. So I'm going to use a paring knife to just take a sliver of that lemon peel off, and then just squeeze a little bit of that on there to get some of the oils out of the peel and into that. Then we're going to just put a cocktail cherry, and I give you the Martinez. It's a sort of sweeter martini. It's very nice. That is good. That is a good cocktail. Well done, Bernard. You've done it again. So, how are we all doing? What have we got here then? Blooming Stream. Yeah, StreamYard. It is. I can vouch that it is yummy. Oh no! So it's still on your to-do list, but we'll need to do it soon as I've packed away my ring light ahead of the move. Yeah. So, of course, I'd forgotten you were kind of. I think last time we spoke, you were kind of in the process of moving house. You are doing one too many. Yes. Well, I might be doing one too many tonight. Who knows? So I'm actually going to be delivering one of the training sessions in one to many later in the course about, well, as you'd expect, about video. So I'm sort of part of a minor part of the one to many crew, which is really nice. I'm looking forward to doing that a lot. So I was down in London last week on Thursday with Lisa, kind of hearing about, sort of obviously seeing a huge amount of the information around her launch, which was hugely successful. But we were down, the mastermind was down in London for some karaoke and some escape room action, which was very good. And all of the poor other masterminders got to hear me karaoke, which there is evidence out there, which is pretty bad. I listen back to it and think I am ever so slightly off key. Also quite bad at singing, but it was jolly good fun. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time just talking about some of the things we're going to be doing in the group in Grow Your Business with Video. We're knocking on the door of 800 people, which is just incredible. Who'd have thought that 800 people would be interested in what's in what I've got to say, which is fabulous. So it's an amazing group, and it's grown so much. So it would be nice to sort of push over that mark. I mean, frankly, these number milestones are broadly meaningless, other than from a sense of kind of vague sense that you're somehow passing a milestone, a fundamentally meaningless milestone, but a milestone nonetheless. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But we are, if you can believe it, we are sort of spinning up for the run into the next Video Academy launch, which is just crazy. So I'm going to be running the challenge again in sort of a week commencing 20th of September. So the wait list is open, but there's a whole heap to do before then, which is really exciting. So one of the things that worked really well in the challenge that I wanted to sort of replicate is this. It's the fact that during the challenge week we had running just a little competition really for the most engaged person in the group. And I thought I really liked that, because what it did, it sort of kick-started a community. And what started out as kind of a meaningless metric in some ways quickly became the catalyst for some really meaningful interactions, and I loved what it did. So I will be producing a weekly kind of league table for the most engaged people in the group, and I'm pretty sure at the moment the numbers will be very low. Let's have a look. So engagement in the group currently sits at, what is it? No, is it member reported member reported content? We don't want that. Membership. So Helen Dewdney is the top contributor, followed by Daniela McCoy-Beer with Pixie Knowles in at number 3, which is fabulous. So what I was going to do was say that we would have a monthly competition, and I don't yet know what the prize will be. It might just be for the honor of it, but I think that's a little bit unfair and frankly a bit rubbish. So we are going to we might actually offer up a kind of a prize of some significance, and see what that is. I don't know what that is yet. It might. I tell you what, it might be. It might be just a small film kit, not, sort of about 50 quid's worth of a video kit, and for whoever is at the top of that sort of that contributor list, by the end of each month, they will get a prize of some description. So we'll run that out. So Vicky says, I was going to go through your link, but I want your whole course. Well, that's great. I mean, it will be fabulous to have you on the next course. And actually, yeah, I think I held back from being an affiliate for a few reasons. One, I was just completely exhausted, and couldn't really give Lisa's launch as an affiliate quite the sort of juice I wanted to, and so I thought I wasn't gonna half-arse it. I thought I'd rather wait till next time round and hopefully kind of go in with a bit more sort of strategic nous, and kind of do it a little bit more more sort of purposefully, I guess. Funnily enough, we've already had about. It's interesting you should say that, Vicky. I've had about 10 or so people already say they want to do Video Academy next time round, which is just such a lovely feeling, because I'm thoroughly enjoying running the course. So we're now 4 weeks into Video Academy proper, and session 4 last night we took a bit of a long look at platform and how to sort of think thematically about your content, which was really interesting. So it's been great, actually. And this morning we had a couple of VIPs, people take me up on the VIP offer, and Christina Farley was one of those people. And this morning I had a strategy session with her where we took a long look at her amazing business, actually, and we're sort of really just doing that initial brain dump of information where I was kind of just getting everything out of her head on paper. And so I was taking copious notes whilst Christina talked through, and because we're both in Plymouth, we were able to meet up for coffee at Boston Tea Party, which was lovely. It was great to actually do a face-to-face business meeting, because I've done so many over Zoom. It's never quite the same, is it? I've upgraded my microphone as well. I've gone for a Yeti, so I've got a Yeti mic. Hello, which is quite exciting. So we have a slight upgrade. So I don't know if you can tell any difference to the mic sound. It should be sounding quite good. It might be sounding terrible. I don't know. I tested it out in my test group to make sure it was going to be, not completely bounce, but it seemed to be doing the job. So back to that idea. So we'll be running that sort of monthly competition. I think to kind of just get people talking really. And I think for me, it's a really exciting part of the process of building a community is getting people talking, because actually there's a huge amount of knowledge and expertise and experience in this group, and I want people to start sharing it with each other. You know, if you're using video, you will have come across issues that you will have solved or questions that you've got. So, you know, this is, and some people do use this group as an active resource. I've been posting daily hints and tips again, which seem to be kind of certainly getting kind of the engagement levels up, which is good. It's because, you know, when it's tricky when you sort of fall off the wagon a little bit, like I did with, so I suppose I have with this group just after the launch, which was so intense but so amazing. you feel yes, I've got a blue. No, hang on. It's it's a good mic. So this is the Yeti. I don't know what's it called. Yeti. Oh, God. The Yeti Blackout. It weighs a ton, and it's really solidly made. It's kind of it's quite a chunky chap, which is exciting. But it's got like lots of knobs and dials on, and I can sort of change the sort of the type of the video. Hello, Zoe. Good to have you here. Welcome to the weekly dose of complete nonsense, where you get to watch me have a cocktail and hopefully bring some video wisdom. Is that the word? I don't know. Bring some video wisdom. We'll go with that. Bring some video wisdom to the world. So if anybody's got any video questions, please do ask. So the challenge back in May, can you believe it was end of May? That's crazy. I can't believe it was that long ago. The challenge back in May was all about live video. So we've had quite a lot of intense focus on live video, and I want to maybe start turning the attention towards pre-recorded content, because there is something very interesting happening in the world of pre-recorded content at the moment, and some of you will be on this train, as it were, very, very kind of very much so, and others of you may be looking at it thinking, how do I get in on that? And I think there's a great opportunity around this at the moment. So short form content is kind of really generating an awful lot of kind of social traction at the moment. So what I mean by short form content, so I'm talking about reels on Instagram, obviously TikTok, and most significantly YouTube Shorts. So I'm about to go big into this. I've been doing an awful lot of recording of content. So what I've done is, actually, you'll have seen the top tips, the daily tips going up in my group. What I'm doing is I'm currently recording a short 30-second portrait video to go alongside each of those, and I'm in the process of editing those up at the moment, which is really part of the process of kind of creating content that can be repurposed and shared across these different short form platforms. And there is Tracy, it's YouTube Shorts. YouTube, like many other platforms, it's got a bit nervous. Fleshy Bingus, who's this? I don't know who this is. Welcome. Oh, you're from Twitch. Amazing. Welcome to this world. It is truly great to have a visitor from Twitch. I stream here every week, and occasionally somebody pops up and says hello. And generally speaking, people have been quite nice. So welcome. Your name upsets me, but welcome anyway, Fleshy Bingers, whoever you may be. Yeah, so Tracy, YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is really interesting. So they basically, if you upload a sub, I think it's sub 60 seconds, but I've been aiming for sub 30 simply because it repurposing is easier. So creating a sub 60-second video shot in portrait and uploaded to YouTube, but using hashtag shorts in the description, and I think in the title as well. That allows YouTube to sort of tag it as a short, and then it gets promoted accordingly. And what appears to be happening at the moment is that there seemed to be a much greater sort of weighting towards short form content on YouTube. So people are experiencing really good engagement, very high view, sort of meaningful views happening. No, Helen, here we are. You are live. Helen, one of the elite Video Academy cohort, coming all the way from rural France. I'm not envious at all, honestly. But yeah, YouTube Shorts are kind of great. But for me, what's really interesting is that actually, if you create the content, the short form content, you can just share it across Reels, and you just upload. So take the piece of video that you've prepared, get it onto your phone, and then upload it onto Instagram as a Reel, or chuck it onto TikTok as well. So I think we have an opportunity as content creators to as business owners and content creators to get YouTube Shorts is built different sometimes. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? There's a lot on there, but yes. Hello, Karen. Oh, 7 people. How was London? Was it because you had it? So Karen was down in London with Danny on one of the Swarm days. We'll let you off. Yes, I think. Well, no, but for the purposes of tonight, yes. Go on then. Yeah. So, as business owners and people looking to kind of leverage kind of the sort of short-term value of these new features, have a look at it. Take a look at this stuff and give it a go. I mean, I think we all know the sort of the kind of benefit that Helen, a French 75, good woman. That is my favorite cocktail. My favorite cocktail of all time. A French 75 is my favorite cocktail. Yeah, so you completely derailed me. Yeah, so whenever these new features get rolled out, there is a window of opportunity to kind of to use the fact that there seems to be a kind of an algorithmic push on these kind of new features, and it appears that sort of that is happening. We sort of see it happening with Reels still, and it's brilliant. But if you can do that, kind of make one piece of content and then then spread it across different platforms, that sort of maximizing effect is always good. Danny Wallace in 3D. Well, that's it. I would very much like to see Danny in real life. I haven't seen her IRL since November 2019. It's a long time ago. crazy long time ago. Oh, good. I'm really glad you did. It sounds such good fun, and those days where you get to spend some time with great people, doing some big thinking about your sort of your business, kind of, those are brilliant opportunities to sort of to have a bit of a reset. And so, like I said, I was down in London, spending a day singing karaoke badly and doing an escape room, which we did very well. We won. We came first. We were the first. We got out with quite a decent amount of time to spare, and our sort of team leader was Chantal from my mastermind, and she was an efficient leader. She was an efficient leader. There was no doubt about it. It was good. Met Danny and Dee and made some new connections with the other lovely ladies on the set. Brilliant. Well, that's what those days are all about. That's what those days are all about, isn't it? It's that sort of opportunity to spend productive time in good company. So what you were in London. Where was yours, Pixie? French 75. It's fine. You see, you didn't derail me because I've got a plan in front of me, and if all had gone wrong, I could just look down at the plan, and that would be it. I'd be underailed. I'd be re-railed. Oh, do you live in Brum? I used to live in Sturchley. Our first business. We had our first business in the custard factory about 1 million years ago. Yeah. Maybe she'll do a France. Maybe she'll do a swarm in France. What's French for swarm? I don't know what the French for swarm is. I don't know what the Italian for swarm is. It's a language I'm slightly better at. I might make another one of these. I wonder where Mike Boss is. He said he would be here. I hope he's all right. We've still got our Twitch viewer, which is great. So how do we all feel about the sort of the prospect of the world opening up again in such a kind of crazy way? I'm both excited and terrified by it at the same time. I think I might just go around in a full hazmat suit for a while, and just kind of revel in the fact that the world is getting a little bit bigger again. Le swarm. Okay. I didn't think that sort of thing was allowed. Yeah. Cousin lives in Sturchley. Our new house isn't far. But yeah. So Sturchley, Kings Heath, Moseley, that kind of area is a sort of my sort of Kings Heath. It's really hey, it's Danny. Cheers. Good. You know what? I would love that profoundly. I still think I would love to do a Content and Cocktails live with you, some kind of joint event here in Plymouth involving lots of big thinking and lots of big drinking. Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd be a great day. You know you're serious because that's all caps. Don't mess about. She's in. Excellent. I didn't think it would take much persuading, to be honest. There she is. No, it feels like so. It was so today was so lovely meeting up with Christina, because yeah, you see, content exactly. Who doesn't love that? The prospect of that. We could. There is so the Plymouth Gin Distillery here in Plymouth has would be just the perfect venue, because it's slightly, it's slightly off the beaten, not beaten off the beaten track. It doesn't get used a huge amount. People sort of don't seem to know it's there, but they know their drinks, they know their cocktails. It's really good. You can kind of go and ask them for obscure stuff, and they'll kind of go, yes sir, of course. There's no that's going to call my strategy in spa day. So big thinking and big drinking. Helen, it's a good one, isn't it? The cocktail lounge it's a much sort of neglected bar, I think, but I do like it a great deal. As somebody who's new to Plymouth, relatively speaking, although we've been here almost 2 years, which is crazy, but I sort of discount last year because it was so weird. I've got a great deal of time for that place. I think I'm going to make myself another one of those, actually. That was very nice. Number 2. We're not in the danger zone yet, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, this is it. I think it used to be really, I mean, every time I've been in there, it's always been sort of quite quiet, which I didn't realise, Helen. I don't know why I didn't realise you lived in Plymouth. Where do you live in Plymouth then? We're in Stoke, but we're going to be moving out as soon as we can find it. Not because we don't like it. It's just because we want a garden, and weirdly not many of the sort of houses down here have decent, kind of reasonable gardens. There's a lot of. There we go. I'm mixing. Jojo says, "Do you have a recipe, Tom, for cream gin liqueur?" I don't. Does that sound good? This is the most incredible story. So a member of this group is Rosie Wood. Has been a member of the group for a while, and we're kind of, some of you will know her. Jojo definitely knows her. One of those little serendipities has happened, in as much that I had a message from Rosie saying, hang on, I will read it to you. It's "Hi Tom, I hope you're well. This is going to sound like the weirdest message. So I'm in your group, and we're in similar circles with Danny, Wallace, Jojo Smith, etc. And your content pops up on my feed often. I also live in Plymouth. So today, a parcel pops through my door addressed to Tom Stanhope at the house next door. So I think he might be my neighbour, and my world just shrunk a little bit. Yes, two people who are connected, it turns out, and we've sort of waved at each other and kind of know, they moved in sort of a little while ago, and kind of, and all turns out not only are we connected, but also we're kind of we're sort of in the same world, and it's amazing. So it made me smile. It was fabulous. Helen says, I lived in Plymouth for 16 years. I managed adolescent mental. Yes, I do. Yeah, I think I remember you saying. Yes, I do remember you saying. Yeah. It is a small world indeed, isn't it? So we're going to put another. So this is the Martinez again. This is basically a sweet martini, which is very nice. So I am going to stop at 2, because when you nudge into the 3 cocktail danger zone, so we're going to pair a little bit of lemon peel off, and then just squeeze some of those oils and juices. So Karen says, what is in it? The Martinez is, so it's a measure of gin, a measure of sweet Italian vermouth, shaken over ice. And then you put in a squeeze of lemon peel juice, a dash of Angostura bitters. Ooh, slightly more than a dash. And I have been putting in, said you can either put an olive or a cherry, but I've gone for a cocktail cherry because I quite like the sweetness. I like my more savoury cocktails, but tonight I'm feeling sweet. Just put that in there as well. A Martinez from, as you'd expect, 100 Cocktails by Bernard. Cheers. And cheers to my neighbour, Rosie. If you're there, if you're listening, it's lovely to meet you. So yeah, it was amazing, Jojo. It was amazing to to sort of work out that my neighbour. What does stuff to the bitters taste? I've got a bottle which. No, you don't need to chuck it out. It's probably so. It's an aromatic bitters. And what that means is that it is a mix of kind of herbals and spices, and so it's kind of designed to be so it's a bittering agent. It will make bittering agent. It's a bitter in as much that it will give a little kind of flavor profile shift to your drink, and it does make a difference. Don't throw it out because it doesn't go off. It will probably be absolutely amazing. I think we finished. So I finished. This is the second bottle of Angostura bitters that I've ever bought. And the last one I think I bought when I was in my mid-20s, when I was living in a little kind of a pad in Worcester, my garret, and we used to throw cocktail parties and all sorts of things. It was good fun. Yeah. Oh well. So yeah, the label is really interesting. So it's actually part of the history of the company. The label, when the company was started, the oversized label is part of the history. So they kind of when the first batch was made, they bought labels that were too big, and it's become like a kind of a sort of little quirk of the company. You too, it really is. Yeah, it was so nice to come and stay with you earlier in the year when I was filming up with Debbie up in North Wales. That feels like a million years ago. It was April, wasn't it? And I must say, the Bryn Woodlands hotel does a mean breakfast and has very comfy beds. Yeah, so cocktail number 2. Cheers. But I must say, I do like the idea of doing a sort of a tipsy swarm down here in Plymouth with kind of talking about content. I think that would work rather well. I'm going to see if Bossy's about. Is the big boss man around? So I'm looking forward to sharing my so I was filming about a fortnight ago. I was filming over in Suffolk for Lee Howes at her. She's another VIP Video Academy, a Video Academician, which I think sounds good, Video Academy member. And I was lucky enough to be filming at her amazing retreat, her mastermind retreat. And I'm really looking forward to sharing the video of that as soon as I can. So once it's been signed off and released by Lee, I will be able to share that content with you through her, because it's been such a lovely film to have made. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting that out there. Oh blimey, my computer's going really slowly. Still got people watching on Twitch, which is amazing. I think a strategy session would be brilliant with a few drinks, because people would think, yeah, no, I think it perhaps loosens things up a bit, doesn't it? We kind of a different perspective, maybe that's the way to look at it. I know Mike's moved into a new house recently, so he's been a busy man. Yeah, so I think we might sort of try and put something together as kind of the world opens up a bit, and because I'm aware that Plymouth is kind of, not necessarily on everybody's sort of pathway, but maybe sort of come the autumn, it might be a nice thing to do. So what have you all got going on? Who's doing video at the moment? What's on all of your video horizons at the moment? What are we doing? Are we doing lives? Are you experimenting with kind of short form content? How do people feel about video at the moment? I want to take the temperature of the nation. Well, now this is interesting, isn't it? So, have you seen the new video function on LinkedIn? You can now add 30-second video business cards, VBCs, in your on your Instagram, on your LinkedIn, which I think is quite interesting. I was gonna do mine this week, perhaps with kind of yeah, that counts. Of course that counts. That's excellent. Getting a videographer in is a very sensible thing to do. Yeah, excellent. Trying reels, doing lives, live flower classes. Yeah, I mean your sugarcraft. I don't really know what the kind of what the correct terminology is, but your flowers are absolutely stunning. It's true. And I do love North Wales, my ancestral connection. 5 days of top tips morning. Lovely. Good. I like this, particularly as Karen is another video academician, as is Helen, as I've said. We've started conversations with a Compassion live show on Facebook and streamed into my group with guests, popping it into YouTube. Amazing. A video I won't be in. No, you've got to be in it. Hello, Kim. How are you doing? So Kim is another master, as a DI destination inspiration masterminder with me. And when we were down in London, I calculated that over the course of the day, thanks to Lisa Johnson's generous spirit and generous use of spirits, I'd probably consumed somewhere in the region of 9 cocktails over the course of a boozy afternoon. It was spread out, so it was it wasn't like all in one go. It was that sort of thing where you go, I've just had people thrusting things into my hand for the last kind of 8 hours, and then you do a sort of a mental calculation and go, oh my god. One, I'm worried that I'm not absolutely on, completely on the floor, but I can put that down to, I think, the weekly work I put in, which is probably not a good thing. That sounds amazing. I am a massive nerd, by the way, and have been for many years. So that does quite excite me. Anyway, it's D&D's mainstream now. Everyone's into it. You don't get beaten up for liking it anymore. It's true. I do. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I took the train. I took the train down from London to Plymouth on the last train. So I got back into Plymouth at about 3 a.m, and I think I'd started to get a bit of a headache by then. I sort of got into bed and sort of woke up the following morning very, very reluctantly. Nerdy nuptials. Oof, I like that. That sounds great. Oh, I'll come over and have a look. I'm well. Oh God, it's my wedding anniversary this coming weekend. Shit, I've just realised that. Is that stuff still around, Karen? Is that stuff still around? When you have Hollywood celebrities running live Dungeons and Dragons sessions, the kind of the people who are into it, it's really bizarre. It's bigger than it has ever been. I can tell you that right now. I've been running it for my kids, and it's great fun. I get to indoctrinate them, and they get to have all the fun, and it's great. But nerdy nuptial, I like Pixie. I really like that. Share the group in. God, Hollywood D&D players. Oh God, there's like I'll have to have a look. It's kind of it's a somewhat surprising. I can't believe we've got onto this. Like Jon Favreau, Ta-Nehisi Coates. We've got Greg Grunberg, Felicia Day, Matthew Lillard. I mean, they're all pretty nerdy people. I don't know who that is. Dan Harmon, which is as you'd expect. David Benioff. That makes sense. God, yeah. Sharon McCrum. Stephen Colbert. God, bloody hell. It's kind of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Deborah Ann Watt. Oh, Deborah Ann Watt, she's kind of Vin Diesel. You've heard of Vin Diesel. Stephen, yeah, these are Joe Manganiello. I mean, they're not it's not like Tom Cruise, but Legends is yeah, Vin Diesel. He's a big player. He's a massive nerd. Mike Myers. These are all people you'd know if you saw them, I think. But yeah. So this is nothing to do with video at all. We've taken a significant detour here, guys. Look, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. I think we've perhaps gotten off script somewhat, but yeah, that's the beauty of content and cocktails. You never know. It's no, not time for a third. Yeah, no, not at all. But so please do share your group in Grow Your Business with Video, because it might be up somebody's street. It's up mine. I'm not getting married, but well, I'm already married, and I'm not planning to do it again. But and I think, given Una's significant mistrust of games, that it's unlikely to if we were to renew our vows, for example, I don't think either doing that or doing it with a Dungeons and Dragons theme would be welcome. I should do a go live. Yes, exactly. Go live Tuesday is there for the taking. So 2 things from this evening. Make sure you give short form content a long look. So we're talking YouTube Shorts, which is the forgotten member of that sort of short form content trio, and then we will be doing a kind of a monthly engagement competition in the group. So whoever is top of the leaderboard at the end of each month will win a prize. Some kit, maybe a sort of a maybe I'll tell you what, maybe it's a kit and a power hour. That's a good prize. That's a good prize. Oh, well, you know what? I'd be up for doing some shoots. Maybe not wedding videos. Actually, I absolutely hate doing wedding videos. They're so stressful. Because you can't, with wedding videos, you can't say cut. They really don't like it when you do that. Really don't like it. Anyway, so call to action time. Check out. I'm going to put in a little link. If you have not registered your interest for the new challenge, then hang on, let me just Lordy. I'm going to put this here. The waitlist is now open. Styled shoots. Well, that's it. Yeah, styled shoots. That's a different thing. I'm well up for that. That sounds great. I know some very good weaponsmiths if you need anybody to create bespoke weapons from the world of full contact medieval combat. So my CTA to you today is, if you're not registered, if you haven't registered your interest for the new for the challenge that's coming up in September, which feels like a million years away, but it'll be with us really quickly. Or if you think you'd like to be on the waitlist for Video Academy when it comes around again, then sign up, and you'll be first to hear of of any news, anything new. It's all there for the taking. So that's it, really. God, I can't believe we're back. Content and Cocktails done. First time it's back. I was hoping, one last thing, I was hoping to have had my new intro sequence finished by today, but I have not finished it because I've been so busy with client edits. So next week I'm gonna put it out there. Next week I will be showcasing my my new intro sequence, stylish, beautiful intro sequence for Content and Cocktails. I look forward to seeing you all next week. We are now back into the weekly regularity of Content and Cocktails. But I will see you all very soon, either in the group, Grow Your Business with Video. If you're not a member, join on my personal page or on my business page. That's it. Tom out. That is all I have to say. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week, 7 o'clock on Thursday for Content and Cocktails. Cheerio, bye.